Microphone check. 1, 2. My mic sound nice. Check 1. My mic sound nice. Check 2. My mic sound nice. Check 3. Are you ready? What's up? It's your boy Heaven Hollywood. It's the Heaven Hollywood Experience. Back better than ever. Make sure you hit the like button coming through the door. Shout out to all my people on Facebook, all my people on Twitch, all my people on YouTube. The IE Network. Strong Island's definitely up in the building. Hempstead stand up all day. We're going to get into some things, so maybe, I don't keep you long during the week. I know people got things to do. Maybe you catch me on your lunch break. If whatever you're doing, if you can't catch the whole entire show, make sure you replay it once it's over. All right? On the weekends, we have a longer stream, sometimes 3 hours. I try to keep it no longer than 2 hours. Nobody wants to be jammed up. Listen to me run my mouth for more than 2 hours. I know that. But you want to get the information and then keep it pushing. Be able to, I'm not one of them guys that come on and stream 4 and 5 hours, come back 2 or 3 times just trying to get clicks, saying the same thing over and over again, making 10 videos a day about the same thing. I'm not that guy. Maybe I should be because y'all seem to like it. I'm not saying y'all specifically, but that's what everybody seems to like, watching the same videos 5 different times. So, y'all make sure you hit the like button coming through the door. Make sure I can hear myself. Hold on. Once I know I can hear myself, we're going to be ready to go. Can hear myself? We're going to be ready to go. All right. Hear myself loud and clear. Can hear myself? We're going to be ready to go. All right. Okay, like I said, loud and clear. Y'all make sure, put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me clearly. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me clearly. It's the Heaven Hollywood Experience here. About to kick off another show. Shout out to whoever listened on Twitch. Shout out to whoever listened on Facebook. And shout out to my people on the IE Network. We got some things to talk about today, mainly niggers. Joy Reid came at Nicki Minaj. Cardi B is in the middle of her boyfriend is in the middle of the playoffs, and then she's got some things going on with Jessie Woo, and then she's got some things going on with Celena Powell and Offset. People are waiting for that response back to Celena Powell, the way she gave that response to Jessie Woo and to most of the people that comes for her, especially the people that mention her children. She said she's always going to have smoke for that. So that's why I'm waiting on a response, because Celena Powell just out of nowhere started talking about her children. You got Offset over there in Vegas looking like a fiend. This guy's got a gambling problem. They had to toss him out of the casino, from what we hear. After they said he lost, $50,000, they had to get him up out of there. It's like, bro, you just keep losing money. Apparently, according to Celena Powell, he's down in money. And I guess he's trying to win it all back with one shot by gambling. But, bro, if you keep losing, what does that tell you? You must not be any good at gambling. I see Jay-Z gamble every once in a while playing dice or whatever, and it seemed like Jay-Z always winning. He's probably a good gambler. But I don't see Offset winning anything. So you must not be any good at gambling, sir. I think you should stop. Nicki Minaj album 2 months away. We're going to tap in and see any news that I can bring you on that other than the one I'm going to put on my members only. But I'm going to tap in and see if there's any news I can bring you on that. Demise puts a 1 in the chat 10 minutes later. No, I've only been on for 5 minutes. Let me stop lying. But at least you did it. Shout out to Jam. Y'all let me know who's in here, man. Who's in here? Where you from? We about to get popping with the show. Who's in here? Where you from, man? Let's see. They used to have it so you can put the comments on the screen. I don't know what happened to that. They just had that not long ago. Like, yeah, put the comments on the screen, right? But anyway, hold on. Let me take off this down below. I still see the Real Talk joint. Shout out to Real Talk. Right? But this is the Heaven Hollywood Experience. I should have a ticker down below, probably just a disclosure. Let everybody know, fair use. Don't try to sue me. This is, I'm using everything under fair use, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and education. And I will be using that under the news reporting and criticism. All right? Along with commenting. So, I'm your host, Heaven Hollywood. This is the Heaven Hollywood Experience. How y'all doing today? Let's get it popping, man. Hold on. Y'all make sure if you can hear me, make sure you put a 1 in the chat. Just let me know that you can hear me. We about to get going with this, man. Let's jump into it. We ain't got all day.
Look, one way or another, we gon' get our family up about together. Brother, you was out of pocket, no, I didn't stutter. I drop it back in the trap when investing in the streets, the treasures recover. In this world, you could only rap one or two things that come to the butter. Whoa, you only rap one or two things with the guns and the butter. Whoa, you only rap one or two things with the guns and the butter. I drop it back in the trap when investing in the streets, the treasures recover. In this world, you could only rap one or two things that come to the butter. Sleeping patterns kinda complicated, ain't no time for wasting, we some entrepreneurs. I feeling like Scarface on top of the balcony, the wood is yours. Took some losses, I was down bad. Napoleon complex, I'm mad, about to put the cam up in the clad bag. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Chicken dinners, so you roll with the winners. Taking over for the summer. I double back for the winter. I be with the scammers and spinners. Innovators in the middleman. All my riders got a dental plan. None of my shooters got Instagrams. Bang, bang. Got some rich headed out of bounds. Had to hop in the Renty to ride around. About to switch up the whisk cause they stalking now. Whispering body dropping on my side of town. Flick of finesse. Known to stay up out the mess. Business is never personal. We can pop took the rest. I got a plug and they made me a plug. All my moves on they need to know. Rapping weed got me speaking slow, bet you pay attention when we speaking up. You would drown, you gon' sink or you swim. In the field, we be getting it in. Type of pressure that's the boys and the men. Fly got a family back at it again. Yeah. One way or another, we gon' get our family up about together. I drop it back in the trap when investing in.
It's your boy, Heaven Hollywood. The Heaven Hollywood Experience. Funky Fresh in the Flesh, we're back. Queens in the building. Carla Pelly. Queens get the money. No time, no praise. What's up, young Riaz? The UK's in the building. It's me, Sanders, in the building. Shout out to everybody. Check me out on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. I'm your host, Heaven Hollywood. And let's get into it. A shout out to everybody that's here. Come in, make sure that you hit the like button. We're going to get into our things here. Start sharing my screen. Okay. So, I guess it's fair we need to start off with your boy Offset. Now, I'll tell you, man. First and foremost, let's shout out Tiana Taylor. All right? She's facing a lot of backlash for winning. She won Best Supporting Actress for one battle after another. And I've been seeing a lot of people having something to say. What's up, Sexy 60? Having something to say other than congratulations. Oh, she was only in the show. She was only in the movie for a split second. Oh, this feels like a bad joke. What the hell do you think a supporting actress is? What do you think a supporting actress is? I mean, I don't understand it. Should be happy for the sister, Tiana Taylor, who is very talented, multi-talented, and she didn't get her just dessert to me in the music business. Kanye West did her dirty, allegedly. And she's a very talented artist, dancer, and apparently actress. You're talking about a young lady who was choreographing for Beyonce at the age of 15 years old. A lot of y'all didn't know that. Did you? No, you did. "15 years of age, she was choreographing for Beyonce." I think that's when she had the chicken noodle soup out. I'm telling you, if the internet and viral videos was out when chicken noodle soup dropped. So, I mean, I'm sure the internet was out, but it wasn't as prominent as it is now. But she comes and she wins Best Supporting Actress and gives an emotional speech. And mostly I've heard just people just crapping on her. Here, look at this tweet. I feel like Tiana Taylor winning the Golden Globe was a weird inside joke. Hollywood ritual to congratulate her for escorting the left. There she is again. So well with the brief screen time that the horrible character had. What does the left have to do with this? What? Escorting the left? What is this weirdo doing? What does the left have to do? What does left wing have to do with Tiana Taylor? I don't understand. Wrecking the left. Look at this. They make everything political. They make everything political. When it's the right that's involved in everything corrupt. And hired a bunch of pedophiles and criminals for the ICE team. But they want to talk about the liberals. I mean, I was happy for Tiana Taylor. It don't matter how long she was in. Right, her sweet 16th birthday party. It don't matter how long she was in there because Halle Berry wasn't in Monster Ball very long either. Unbelievable. Instead of just congratulating her and keeping it moving, everybody has to say something about it. But you're not going to get that from me. I don't care how long she was in the movie. She got the win. So I'm going to give her congratulations. Hopefully when the Oscars come around, Michael B. Jordan will get his just dessert. Yo, better not try to rob sinners either. Now, let's get to your boy Offset. Let's get to Offset. Because Offset is on the verge of losing everything. I mean, you were married to Cardi B. Like, you didn't save anything. Like, you didn't learn anything about money management from Cardi B. Like, the houses and stuff was in her name. Like, you had nothing in your name, bro. Apparently, they got everything off of her credit. The house and stuff. That's why she used to be stressed out. Look at this guy. So it says here, Offset getting kicked off the crap tables in Vegas. Let me see something. They didn't want to throw his middle finger up. So let me see. What's up, Ashanti? So one of my mods are here. Ashanti, if y'all need anything, ask her. But don't try to get slick because she will get you up out of here. So let's see. Offset gets kicked off the crack tables in Vegas. Now, for all of the people, the Offset fans and the people who like Offset, that was saying Celena Powell was just capping. Oh, how can y'all believe somebody like Celena Powell who lied on Offset before? Celena Powell said he had a gambling problem. But the funny thing is this. The moment I heard Celena Powell say it, I knew it was true. And not because Celena Powell, not because I believe Celena Powell so much, but this is not the first time somebody said Offset had a gambling problem. Didn't another rapper call him out? And people are like, oh, he's not on Offset's level. He's just clout chasing. What rapper called out Offset and said that he borrowed money from him to gamble? Am I bugging or am I not bugging? I could have sworn about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, there was a rapper who came out and was like, yeah, Offset's broke. And he got money from it. Everybody was like, oh, please, why would Offset borrow money from you? You're clout chasing. If I'm mistaken, y'all let me know. Maybe I'm getting that mixed up with somebody else. But I could have sworn it was Offset. Maybe somebody could look that up for me. So it was Offset. Now, I don't remember it in its entirety, and I don't really remember how long ago it was. I'm going to assume it was about 2 years ago, no more than 3 years ago. And there was a rapper who came forth and was like, oh, Offset's broke. Y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember that. Put a 2 if you really don't remember it, and I have you mistaken. Then just say 2 and put 2 and say I'm mistaken. Or if you don't remember it, put 2. If y'all remember who said that, put a 1. But I could have sworn it was Offset. Maybe they were talking about Quavo. Now, I don't think it was Quavo. But I could have sworn a rapper, maybe was it an athlete? I think it was a rapper. Ashanti, do you remember that? You don't remember? Okay, Sexy 60, you don't remember. Ashanti, you be tapped in. Do you remember like 2 or 3 years ago, a rapper? I don't remember the rapper, but I know they must have thought that he was lower than Offset because the rapper said Offset borrowed like 10 racks from him. And everybody was like, oh, you're lying. Offset, why would Offset borrow money from you? So I guess this rapper was like considered lower than Offset. Damn, I can't remember who that rapper was. My memory is very good. It was a rapper who wasn't as mainstream. Right. So, okay. So, yes, it was a rapper. All right. So, Carla says a rapper. Shout out to Carla. Queen's in the building. Queen's gift the money. No time, no fake. It was a rapper. Do y'all remember who the rapper was? Man, it's right on the tip of my tongue. It wasn't like Yachty, because like Yachty's bigger. It wasn't like, it was somebody like along the lines of, I'm not saying it was him, but like Ace Boogie with the hoodie. You know, somebody like that. Joey Badass. It was Young Thug. No, not Young Thug. Young Thug is bigger than Offset. He wasn't as popular because people were saying, "Oh, you're clout chasing. Why would Offset borrow money from you? You're broken and Offset." And the rapper was like, "Offset's broke." He came out and said Offset was broke. And this was like 2 years ago. People were like, "He's married to Cardi B. He's in the Migos. How can he be broke?" Damn it. It was either like Ace Boogie with the, it was somebody along those lines. Ace Boogie with the hoodie, Roddy Ricch. It was like one of them dudes along them lines that were like a tad bit under Offset. Entertainers have addictions and habits just like regular people. People think they're so different. You're right. They say that Bruno Mars is now the rumor is that Bruno Mars was in a gambling debt. And that's why he had to get Lil TJ. That's it. Thank you, Ashanti. Lil TJ. That's exactly what it was. Thank you, Sion. Thank you, Sion, and thank you, Ashanti. Lil TJ. I knew it was one of them dudes like Ace Boogie with the hoodie, Roddy Ricch, like one of them dudes. Lil TJ. Yeah, so Lil TJ said that a couple of years ago, and everybody thought that he was lying. So that's when Celena Powell said it. I'm like, wait a minute. Celena Powell probably ain't lying. Let's take a look if we can hear any of this. Play it again.
Now you're just showing off.
Putting his middle fingers up as he's getting escorted out. So hold on. Let me see if there's a story. So Offset was spotted on a boat. Oh, no, that's not it. Offset faces public scrutiny over alleged gambling addiction amid divorce from Cardi B. Rory and Mal, we're going to touch on them two clowns in a minute. They usually don't get in much. So here it is here. Offset was spotted on a boat engaging in yacht parties amid his ongoing divorce from Cardi B and associated with Celena Powell. DJ Academic publicly alleged that Offset has a severe gambling addiction requiring rehab. Discussions highlighted Offset's financial troubles and refusal to sign the divorce papers. So, of course, and Cardi B made a huge mistake by marrying this guy. Huge mistake. Huge mistake by marrying this man. I told her it wasn't a good move. Let's take a look what academics said or had to say about Offset. Offset.
Respect to Offset, and this is definitely the pot calling the kettle black because I have these issues somewhat as well. Offset needs possible rehab for his gambling addiction. I'll leave it there. It's you can't be this much of a degenerative gambler that you have turned to the likes of Celena Powell. And not saying there's nothing inherently wrong with her, but you're putting yourself in positions that actually you're forgetting who you are.
Wow.
Like you're still Offset, right? And some of these other things, that are your vices, is becoming so controlling that now you're putting yourself in positions around people that not only will make you look crazy if they want to, but might compromise you and definitely your initiatives of, your family. Okay, I'll leave that there.
Fat boy choking. Wow. So, man, you're talking about a guy, right, who was member of one of the most prominent rap groups, probably the most prominent rap group of what? One of the most prominent rap groups of the 21st century? Probably, definitely, maybe the biggest rap group of the 2010s? Because there wasn't really rap groups left by the time when the Migos came in. There was really just the Migos and what, like Ray Sherman? After like 2015, it was really just the Migos, Ray Sherman, and probably the what you call it, girls, city girls. They stopped putting out rap groups. So I think like since 2017, there's probably only been 3 rap groups, and that's like Ray Sherman, City Girls, and the Migos. So for you, right, I agree. And I'm going to tell you one thing. Celena Powell said he had $15 million in the bank, but she said that he was getting robbed out of his deal. So to get him out of his deal, according to Celena Powell, it's not been confirmed, but according to her, he was pillow talking, and he said, P said, give him $10 million and he'll let him out the deal. So if he gave him $10 million out of his 15, he left him with $5 million. But then she said the IRS needs $2 million. So if you have to pay the IRS $2 million, that leaves him with roughly over $3 million, a little over $3 million. And if you're gambling, you're trying to, trying to show off for the chicks, you got to spend some money. Shout out to Darius. So that money goes real quick. It reminds me of the game. Remember the game went to the bank? Maybe it was about a little less than 10 years ago. He went to the bank and got his receipt, and it was like, you have a remaining balance of $13 million something dollars. And everybody was like, oh, okay, the game still got money. But then he got hit with that lawsuit. He got hit with that lawsuit like ASAP. When the woman found out he had $13 million left, he got hit with that lawsuit and that child support and this, that, and the third. Next thing you know, they had tapped into that money. So Lovely T said that Cardi paid that money. Cardi B, man. Oh, my goodness. So now if she paid that money, now he won't even sign. I'm sure he didn't pay her back. If he paid that money, if she paid that money to get him out the deal, I'm sure he didn't pay her back. And now he's looking for her. He won't sign the divorce papers, and he's looking for her to give him money. Wow. He definitely wouldn't make it back easy going on tour by himself, Ashanti, because not many people like that want to see Offset. I'm sorry. You know, if Offset goes and gets on a tour with somebody, but I'm telling you, like, the only way that he could probably make that back is he gets back with, let's say, Quavo, and him and Quavo do like a tour where they do all the Migos joints, maybe let the crowd sing, take off parts, something like that. But him solo, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know not one Offset song. I know a few Migos songs, but I don't know one Offset. What's he gonna go solo, go do the tour and just be singing all his parts from the Migos songs? Like, that's not gonna work, in my opinion. If he's gonna do a tour, he definitely can't be the headliner. But if Lovely T is like, shout out to Couture Bay, y'all make sure y'all follow her channel. If that is right what Lovely T said, and Cardi B paid this dude's debt, and now he didn't give her the money back, he wants the house in Atlanta, and he refusing to sign the divorce papers probably until she agrees to give him what he wants. So this right here will hurt his whatever he's trying to go for, whether he's trying to go for spousal support or whatever. According to Celena Powell, he's not seeing the kids right now because he has a restraining order against them. Man, oh man. And remember when they first broke up, Cardi B was like, I definitely can't lie, he's a good father. He's a good father. Remember, what's the name said that? Cardi B said when they first split up, I'm definitely not going to say he's not a good father. He loves his kids. He spends time with his kids. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But if he has some sort of addiction, that's probably why he hasn't been spending time with his kids. Now, as far as the restraining order goes against him not seeing the kids, something she had to bring to the judge, something had to happen. Because even if you got a restraining order against her, then there's other ways that he can see the kids. They can have someone else drop the kids off in a public place with a mediator or whatever. Because I know my brother had a restraining order against his ex. They had kids together, and when it was time to see the kids, somebody else would drop the kids off. So he was still able to see his kids, but he just couldn't be around her. I'm just going by what Cardi said. And she said that after they split up. She said, oh, he must be a POS and other, but I'm not going to lie. He's a good father to his kids. But, Celena Powell, if Offset's going back to Celena Powell, who put that out there that he got her pregnant, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? You are desperate. All right? Now, speaking of Cardi B, hold on a minute. I wanted to tap into this headline that I saw, right? We're going to get to Chris Brown in a minute. As we all know, or if you don't know, his lawsuit that he had got dismissed. Hold on a second here. So speaking of Cardi B, there was a headline that I wrote, that I saw. And it was about the hotties and Barty gang have been online going at each other's throats. Insults are being thrown. There's been this thing over the last few months, right? There's been this thing over the last few months with Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, right? I'm trying to find this. So I want to see if this is true. I'm trying to find that headline from, it was someone on Twitter, and they put Cardi B, Barty gang, and the hotties have been throwing shots at each other. Young Miami is teasing new music. All right, so somebody must have asked Grok. All right, here it is here. So somebody must have asked, did female rap live, right? Grok wants to respond to that. Somebody else asked him what was going on. The feud between Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion fans, Barty gang vs. Hottie, stems from ongoing rivalries over album sales, tours, and accolades. Tensions rose in late 2024 with claims Megan surpassed Cardi, plus issues like Cardi friendship with Megan's ex, Potter Fontaine, and perceived lack of support. Insults include surgery jabs at Cardi and horse references to Megan, escalating since Cardi's Am I the Drama release. It's mostly fan-driven and not the artists themselves. And here is the original post that I was looking for. Hold on. Here's the original post I was looking for. It's from Female Rap Live, and it says, Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion fans are feuding on social media. The fan bases have been throwing surgery and horse jabs since whenever was released. Impregnated her is crazy. Word. I think the hotties are just upset. Cardi is more successful, but it is what it is. And you know I love Meg, but it's the truth. So, I don't know, man. This is what this is. Hold on, let me change it over here. Again, I have said a long time ago, and what I end up doing is I always end up being quiet when it comes to Cardi B and Megan, because if I don't have I have a very prominent hottie fan who DMs me all the time and wants to talk about Megan, and then I have a couple of prominent Barty gang members who's always in my DM. A person I talk to She's a big Bardi Gang member. But people outside of her, Bardi Gang fans, hotties, they're always in my DM like, oh, this, that, and the third, right? And they want me to lean towards this one or lean towards that one. Now, I know, to me, it don't take me long to notice a change, right? It don't take me long to notice a change. And the moment they stop, like, posting each other, liking each other's posts, not saying happy birthday to each other. Now, I will tell you where I started seeing the change. Cardi B, if you look back into history, always was coming to Megan's defense. Even when it came down to the whole Tory thing, Cardi kind of aligned herself with Megan, saying, oh, she got shot and, you know, you guys are getting on her, she got shot. So Cardi was kind of like always defending Megan. And she went and then put Megan on the song. Went out there when everybody was telling her to put a Spanish artist on bongos. She said she wanted Megan on bongos, right? Now, during that time, even though she was talking very nice about Cardi B, remember, that was during the time where they had went on Cardi Knows Best or whatever together. Cardi was saying, this is my sister. They was scissoring all up in the bongos video. People started thinking they had something going on. They scissoring all on the Grammys when Cardi was pregnant. Hell, it was looking like I thought she was pregnant by Megan Thee Stallion for a minute. Then I realized Megan don't have no penis, so, but contrary to what y'all be saying. What's up, Mimi? So, Meg said Cardi owes her song. I thought that was a little shady. And I kind of think that the only reason why Megan mentioned that is because somebody said Cardi. She's like, Cardi, yep. Oh, Cardi, you owe me like 2 verses. I was like, if somebody would have never said Cardi, would she have said Cardi? I don't think so. So I do believe that, and like I said, I noticed these things. When fans started saying, oh, Cardi is still down with Partisan Fontaine, and he knows what he said about Megan. Now, I did notice at that time, and the fans can be a problem. But Bardi Gang was saying before that about the bongos thing, even though Megan did do an interview and mention how well she gets along with Cardi, and you saw her at Cardi's house and she's holding her babies, right? So, but a lot of Bardi Gang was like, she's not even promoting bongos. Like Cardi B, they'll put her on the song, and she's on the song. She's not even really promoting bongos. Now, she was doing interviews and talking about it, and so I didn't really think much of it. But when you look at it and you really break it down, she really wasn't promoting bongos like that. And Cardi B was going hard for bongos. She did the behind the scenes. She came out of her pocket $2 million for the video. She wanted Megan on the song. Cardi B really, we had a conversation about bongos. She really believed in bongos, and that really hurt Cardi B. When her fan base, y'all can get mad at me all you want, I'm tired of Barty Gang coming for me, but then when the chips are down, it's really on y'all. Because all Cardi could do is put out the music and promote it. And she did all that with bongos. She spent $2 million on a video. She went and gave, I'm sure she had to give Megan something to get on the song. Costumes, video, behind the scenes video, interviews, did a radio promo for it, did a radio tour for it, went and got an artist who had not been heard in over a year, who just came off the victory. I'm not going to say it was her victory, but she just got her redemption with the Tory Lanez thing. She had not been heard for 1 year. And now she's on Cardi's record. Cardi told the world she had to come out of her pocket for $2 million. She did all that. Behind the scenes video footage. Radio interviews. Artists that hadn't been heard in a year. And the song only made it to 15. Her fan base, who's always quick to try to say something to me, her fan base got that record to 15. That's it. 15. And it never got any higher. But they want to say something to me. And performed at the VMAs. Thank you. But they always want to come at me for reporting. And she even after the song started falling off the charts, she would not come off of bongos. She really believed in that record. She really believed in that record. And everybody was saying, oh, when is somebody going to make something that sounds different? When's somebody going to make it? Well, here it is. Didn't bongos sound different? You can't tell me that bongos sound like anything out there. I love that record. I'm still mad over that record. So that's why whenever anybody from Barty Gang says anything to me, I don't even pay them no mind. I ain't pay them no mind. Because y'all had and remember when I said that that she didn't have the fan base that she had 5 years ago, or did they go off on me? Did they go off on me? Oh, 300,000, you'll see she's going to do more than she did with IOP. And I told them, I watch. I'm on this internet damn near 20 hours a day. I watch everything. I've never missed a Cardi B live. And I saw her lives go from 105,000 people to 20,000 people. And I said, she lost popularity. She lost popularity. Oh, no, she didn't. What are you talking about? You're just mad because she unfollowed you. Everything. And I said, look at her lives, man. She's got 20,000 people in her life. Chris Sean had more people. Let that sink in. Krishan went live one night, and Cardi B went live. And Krishan had more people in her life than Cardi B. That's when I knew something was wrong. That's when I knew something was wrong. But back then, and then you throw in everybody talking about Partisan Fontaine. Now let's just get this out and open. Megan Thee Stallion, if that is what you're mad about, Cardi B was friends with Partisan Fontaine before you were dating Partisan Fontaine. Nobody told you to start dating Partisan Fontaine. Cardi B has been friends and working with him years before you and her became friends. And let's not forget, you weren't even Cardi B's friend at first. You didn't even like Cardi B at first. You were on the stream with Nicki subbing Cardi B. So you weren't even friends with Cardi B at first. It wasn't until Jason Lee tried to get y'all on the phone or whatever. It didn't work out. But then Cardi reached out to Megan, or Megan reached out to Cardi outside of Jason Lee. They talked, linked up, and realized they had a lot more in common than she thought. Now, Megan's over there listening to what Nicki say nasty things about Cardi B. So Megan already drew her conclusion about Cardi B prior to meeting her. Because, of course, Nicki's not going to have anything nice to say about Cardi B. She hates her. They hate each other. So that is obvious that neither one of them are going to have anything nice to say about the other. So Megan, hearing this, got gassed up. And then when she met Cardi B, she's like, you know what? This girl's nothing like what I thought. She even apologized to Cardi B for the comment. For everybody that wants to know. And yes, I know that for a fact, I was told. I know for a fact. She apologized to Cardi B and admitted that she was referring to her. And she said she did it because she was told a whole mouthful about Cardi B. And she believed it before she met her. Hey, we all do it. I never held that against Megan. We all do it. You're going to tell me, especially girls, you're going to tell me females, y'all don't see a girl, on your job, and, she comes in there, you don't like the way she walk, you don't like the way her look, she be looking like she thinks she better than everybody. Look at this bitch. Come in here. I already had them shoes anyway. She thinks she's styling. Bitch, I had them shoes last year. She thinks she fly because she light skinned. Like women do it all the time. Oh, yeah, I heard that she was effing a married man. And then and then you like, oh, well, see, I knew it. I knew she was a bitch. And then you start believing all these things that you hear from other people, and you don't even know the woman. Then you end up meeting her like, oh, you know what? She's all right. People do that all the time. Especially women. So I never ever heard people, Megan, but no. Megan did not know Cardi B. And she was kicking it with Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj was talking to her about, she's dead, industry plan, ain't got no talent, blah, blah, blah. Bitch threw a shoe at me, so and so and so. And Megan probably like, threw a shoe? What? Threw a shoe at you? What you talking about? Huh? What you talking about, friend? Friend, she threw a shoe at you, friend? What? So, she already had a bad impression. She already had a bad impression about Cardi B. Right? So that's why I had no issue when Megan linked up with Cardi B because if y'all remember WAP, that night that her and Cardi went on screen and did their little show or whatever, somebody said, "Are you still cool with Nicki?" And then what did Megan say? Of course I'm still cool with Nicki. Why wouldn't I be? Now remember, she was still following Nicki Minaj up to that time. But Nicki is she's like my best friend. My best friend is like that. Like if I don't fuck with somebody, what you doing messing with them? Right? My best friend Jalila, I started, dating a girl that she knew first. I ended up dating her. And then Jalila was like, when me and the girl stopped messing around and we had a bad fallout, Jalila was like, oh, let me delete her off my... I'm like, what? She was like, she don't mess with you no more? She don't mess with me no more. And they were friends first. But that's how my best friend give it up. If you got issues with me, then you got issues with her. And that's the way she rides. Now, and it's kind of like that with Nicki Minaj. If you're going to get a Nicki Minaj cosign, now let's be very clear. Although it hasn't worked out that way, right? Even though the results have not necessarily shown that. Out of the female rappers, and you can like her, you can dislike her, a Nicki Minaj cosign is the biggest cosign for a female. I mean, it's no question. It's no question. Now, again, I'm not saying the results are going to be best. But Nicki Minaj is universally known as, whether 100 people don't call it that, or 1,000 people, for the most part. If you Google who's the queen of rap, Google's probably going to say Nicki Minaj. So universally, she's known as the queen of rap. So a cosign from the queen of rap is going to be bigger than any other cosign. It just so happens that people who did collabs with Cardi B, it just seems to be that their careers are in a little bit better shape. Now, I don't know why that is. I think it's pretty much because if you notice, when you do a collab with Cardi B, she doesn't cut you off if you go do a collab with her op. Nicki does. And I think that's the big difference. Because Cardi B didn't cut off Lotto when she went and made up with Ice Spice. That's not why her and Lotto fell out, if they did fall out. Right? Megan was still cool with Young Miami and JT, like before JT turned on. Like, Cardi's never been on that. Nicki's a little different. Nicki is, you can't, but Nicki only does that with the rap girls. She don't do it with the pop girls. She don't pull that with them white girls. If you notice, she don't pull that with them white girls. She don't pull that with Ponytail. She was beefing with Megan. Ponytail had a video of Megan hugging all over her. She be liking Megan's posts. She stood up for Megan during the Tory thing. I didn't see Nicki Minaj fans going at Ariana. I didn't hear them saying, oh, you betrayed Nicki. See, she don't give them pop girls no smoke. Because she know they don't need her. Taylor Swift, after Nicki and Ice Spice fell out, Taylor Swift was bringing Ice Spice with her to shows. She gave Ice Spice the collab and not Nicki. She having Ice Spice with on TV. And then during the VMAs, when Cardi B and Megan performed, Ice Spice wasn't going to stand up, and Taylor Swift made her stand up. Go back and watch. Taylor Swift said, "Get up. That's a great performance. Get up." And then Ice Spice went and got up. But Ice Spice was like, "Nicki's watching me, so I better not clap." Go back and watch. I remember. I don't forget nothing. If you remember, that was the night Nicki was hosting. They performed bongos. And Ice Spice was acting like she didn't want to clap. Because she's probably like, "I don't want Nicki to see me clapping." And Taylor Swift was like, "Girl, get up. Support." And then Taylor Swift is the one that really started people to clapping. And you didn't see Nicki say nothing to Taylor Swift. But if that had been a black girl, Chloe gets unfollowed. And the Barbs go after her. Normani did a record with Cardi B. Normani gets unfollowed. And said, "Oh, she's portraying Nicki Minaj because Nicki stuck up for her one time." So because she stuck up for her one time, I guess she's not allowed to do a record with Cardi B. Then her fans came at Normani. But they didn't come at Ariana. They didn't come at Ponytail. They didn't come at Taylor Swift. And when she was getting along with Doja Cat, they didn't come at Doja Cat. But my point being, I just added that in just to add some context. My point being, I have been feeling tension and feeling smoke between Barty Gang and the Hotties for a minute. And the moment her and Megan were no longer posting each other, both for their birthdays past, neither one of them wished the other one happy birthday when they did previously. She was no longer bigging up Megan for the case. Right? Megan didn't say nothing about Cardi B when she won that case. They were not promoting each other's album. The only reason why Megan said anything about this last album is because Cardi B said, "Oh, Megan was on it with WAP, but she didn't have no new music on there." And she said, "Oh, Megan Stein's the drama," and then she responded back. That's it. She said nothing else about that album since. And then to cap it all off, to let everybody know that I was not exaggerating, Cardi B in an interview recently said, "Oh, one thing about Megan, she always showed up when I ask her. I don't talk to Megan much anymore." That's all I needed to hear. But when I was bringing it up a year ago, all I heard was Barty Gang and Hotties getting on me. Right, but Ashanti, hold on. Ashanti, they said they used to talk outside of social media. And Cardi B came on and said, I don't talk to Megan much anymore. I'm not saying they got to be friends. What I'm saying is they were the ones who said they're sisters. I didn't say that. They were the ones who came on and wanted everybody to know we're sisters. We talk to each other out. Me and Megan are so close. We talk to each other outside of music. We talk to each other outside of social media. You don't have to be friends, but they ain't even cordial no more. So the difference between not being friends, like Cardi B and Drake ain't friends, right? Cardi B and Drake ain't friends, but Cardi B is cordial with Drake, right? But they're not friends, but she's still cordial with Drake. My prediction is, well, number one, Megan don't really unfollow people, right? Because it took Megan 2 years to unfollow Nicki, and Nicki had already stopped following her ass. It took Megan 2 years to unfollow her. But my point is this. I'm tired of people trying to act like these people don't use social media as crumbs, as bat signals. They all do it. They all do it. And even though Megan is not on social media much, right? But check this out. Even though Megan, and she's been saying for a couple of years, I took social media off my phone, right? I took social media off my phone. Not saying she's not telling the truth. But when that thing was going on, when that thing hit the internet about Justin Timberlake dissing her, how fast did she respond? Quick, fast, in a hurry, don't worry, Flavor's vision ain't blurry. And that was online. So she responded to that very quickly. No, it's not that. This, that, and the other. And she had already said, you can go back and check the dates. She had already said she took the internet off of her phone. She took social media off her phone. But as soon as that thing hit the internet about Justin Timberlake, she cleared that up ASAP. ASAP. And that was only online. So whether she took it off her phone, whether she took it social media off, her people are on social media. Right. But where were fans saying that, Ashanti? Online. Online. So trust me, whether she has it or not, she hears about this stuff. She hears about this stuff. It's not like she don't have an account. Like Ponytail ain't got no Twitter. So I can see why she may not know anything. She don't have a Twitter. And I'm sure Megan's little messy friends be coming, oh, girl, you see what they saying online? I'm sure they come to her and tell her that. But I've already seen the tension between these two fan bases years ago. And I said it started around the bongo situation. Then Barty Gang was saying, oh, Megan never defends Cardi. Cardi's always, that's the whole thing about Cardi. She always defending these girls, but they never have her back. There's kind of some truth to that statement. But then the thing with the Lotto thing, kind of like, you didn't really have Lotto's back. So, like I said, man, I'm going to call it straight down the middle. I love Cardi B. Right now, no, Glorilla might be my favorite female artist, but a female rap artist. But Cardi B's second. Glorilla right now is my favorite female rap artist. But Cardi B is a close second. But I'm going to call a ball, and a strike a motherfucking strike. And somebody can tell me. I know people argued with me. There's people in this room right now that argue with me. Since that phone call got released, have we seen any interaction with Lotto and Cardi B? Any? Y'all let me know. Since that phone call dropped, you used to see them out in the club. They hitting the club together. Since that phone call dropped, y'all can tell me. I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking a question. But she put it on the song before the phone call dropped. So she was already on the song. She put it on the song before the phone call dropped. So, hey, it is what it is. All I could do is talk from my point of view. And that's what I did. I put myself in Lotto's shoes. And I used my own situation. And I used a friend of mine or a colleague of mine who I thought was cool with me. Hell, I'll use Darius. My guy, I'll use Darius. My moderator. Darius is my moderator. We talk outside of live. Right? I'm sorry. If I found out that Darius was talking shit about me to somebody else, I would feel some type of way. I would feel some type of way. I'm like, oh, okay. I thought we was cool. You know? I would feel some type of way. And then, I know nobody talked about this, but the whole But the whole I'll get a bag. I'll get a bag. Like, I'll get you a bag, bitch. Shut the fuck up. I'll get a bag. That'll fix everything. Nicki with radio silence. I'm gonna get to Nicki in a minute. But I'm telling you, yeah, I'll tell you about that radio silence too. They're probably not going to address it, right? They're probably going to say, but her saying, I don't talk to her much anymore, to me, that was enough. Well, why not? Ain't that your sis? You was home. It was not like you started your tour. You've been home. You had 2 kids since Bongos. Like, there a reason why you don't talk much anymore? So, what they do is they used online for their bat signals. That's why I was not rocking with what Jessie Wu said. Now, I love me some Jessie Wu now. But what she said was horseshit. Sorry to say, so excuse my French. And I went on her page and said, Jessie, stop it. Now, you are very intelligent, but your problem is you don't realize that your people who listen to you are also intelligent. And I don't care if you did not technically say, oh, I didn't say that. My whatchamacallit said that. I never said that. I was reading my super chat. Yeah, but you were shaking your head in agreement. You were shaking your head in agreement, sis. So it don't matter whether you said it or not. But when you read your super chat, you were nodding your head. Normally, when you nod your head, that means you're in agreement with something. Right? So cut the crap. Cut the crap. Cut the crap. And yeah, and then the whole thing, yeah, wordplay, and the whole thing with the whole prejudice thing. Again. Don't Cardi B got black friends? Isn't like her best friend a black woman? Like her best friend is a black woman. It's kind of hard to say she don't like black women when her best friend is a black woman. Isn't Megan a black woman? Wasn't she hugging and licking and pumping all on Megan? I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all. I just generally think, and you can say this about a few people. You can say this about a few people. Wasn't this Jessie Wu just complaining this about Nicki a couple of months ago? But because she's now complaining about Cardi B, the Barbs seem to forgot that Jessie Wu was just dragging Nicki 2 months ago. Or whenever that MAGA thing happened. She was just dragging her. So if I was a Nicki fan, I sure wouldn't be so quick to go and jump on Jessie Wu's side, because she was just dragging your fave a month ago. She'll drag whoever. I just think that people naturally respond. Black people just naturally respond and treat other races better. Sorry to say. For instance, Tasha K. We'll use Tasha K, right? When Tasha K is going on a black podcast, or when she has a black host or collaborating with a black person, she's late, hair sometimes be raggedy, talking ghetto, right? I saw Tasha K one time on What We Say, a white podcast. Hair was done, wasn't talking ghetto, was on time. Does Tasha K hate black women? You see what I'm saying? I just think black people just naturally respond to other races and treat other races better than they treat their own. I don't know why. I complain about it all the time. I complain about it all the time. And when I complain about it, people say, well, what? Are we supposed to give them a break just because they're black? Yes. Yes. Because they give theirs a break. Why can't we give ours a break? They cut theirs some slack. How come we can't cut our people some slack? Exactly. Ashanti. Clock it. Exactly. Does Nicki hate black women? You see the way she was treating Kai Cenat? Kicking him in the home, acting like she gonna kick him in the face. When she sat up there on her best behavior with Erica Kirk, when she had a bunch of white people around her, you didn't hear her mention the Barbs. I don't think she mentioned the Barbs. Not one time. I don't think she did. Maybe I'm wrong. I know she did during the UN. I didn't hear her go into the baby voice. At least I don't remember her doing that. So she hate black women? Look at 50 Cent. Look at 50 Cent. Look at the way 50 Cent, when he first split up, was talking about Vivica, talked about Sierra, always been talking about Lil Kim, disrespects all of the black women. He disrespects Megan at one point. You ever see him say that about Chelsea Handler? An old white woman, an old, ugly, wrinkly white woman. You ever seen him say anything negative about Chelsea Handler? I've never heard Curtis Jackson say one negative thing about Chelsea Handler. But he had smoke for Lil Kim. We'll talk about Lil Kim's kids. Talk about Lil Kim's figure, Lil Kim's face. He want to come after all the black men, but white men, no smoke. Jimmy Iovine, no smoke. Leor Cohen, no smoke. Chelsea Handler, no smoke. He ain't got no smoke for them people. But he got smoke for Jay, Puffy, Fabulous. He got smoke for all the black folks, for all the black dudes. Floyd. No, Chelsea, he used to fuck Chelsea. She's just not some random white chick. And she knows he will handle him. Okay, Carla, is it Marlon Wayans a comedian? I would think Marlon Wayans is way funnier than Chelsea Handler. He went at Marlon Wayans. He went at Marlon Wayans. And you can't tell me Marlon Wayans ain't funnier than Chelsea Handler. So I don't buy that one either. No, he used to date Chelsea Handler. So what? He was intimate with Vivica too. He's been intimate with Vivica too. That didn't stop him from talking about her. He's been intimate with his baby mama. That didn't stop him from talking about her. So that don't work either. That don't work either. He was intimate with Vivica. He was intimate with Tawanda. He's been intimate with them too. He was intimate with Sierra. That didn't stop him from talking about Sierra when she first started dating Future. Go check online how he used to shade Sierra. Then he tried to get Sierra and Chelsea Handler in a fight. Yeah, I heard of Adriana. I heard he went at Drake again. Now, let me tell you something, Rakeem. When Drake smokes you, I don't want none of Rihanna fans saying, oh, he's just jealous because she's Rihanna. He wasn't even bothering Drake. Now, when Drake getting that ass, pause, I don't want to hear nobody crying. When Drake chew his ass up again, I don't want to hear nobody crying. Because Drake ain't messing with A$AP Rocky. He gonna come on there and destroy A$AP again. Lord have mercy. But again, now Cardi and Celena Powell, and then I'm gonna get on Nicki before I get out of here. People are trying to use, oh, you see, she didn't respond to Celena Powell because Celena Powell was white. So has Cardi B never responded to anybody white? Huh? So she's never responded to anybody white. She's only responded to black women, right? Well, you can't say that because people obviously care what she has to say, because that her little tweet or whatever went viral. They covered it on TMZ, so it's not like she's just talking and nobody's listening. I think now, and Cardi B has responded to people with 20 followers when they mention her kids. You know, Celena Powell got way more clout than these girls on Twitter she responded to. And she responded back to people. She said, if you ever mention my kids, I don't care who you are, I got smoke for you. She responded back to people who got way less clout or or fame than Celena Powell. So I don't buy that. Celena Powell got more clout than Jessie Wu. She responded back to Jessie Wu. Celena Powell definitely got more clout than that old fat, crazy looking girl that she be going back and forth with. She responded back to her. Celena Powell got more clout than Black T-Blog. She responded back to her. So I disagree that that's the reason why she don't respond back, because she responded back to people with far less clout than Celena Powell. I think she's kind of want to right now. What a lot of people don't know is that Stephon Diggs. Now, whether she listens, respects him enough or whatever, but Stephon Diggs is a little tight with Cardi B right now. And the reason being is that he feels as though she lets social media coerce her into making unnecessary statements. And I'll let you know what I mean by that. The whole statement about the alleged victim. Now that victim, because of everybody who's been talking online, you know what that victim has now said? Exactly what she said online. You can't have interaction with a victim. Now she's come out and repeated that and brought it back to the courts. If y'all don't hear about it, you will. I know firsthand. She has now brought that up to the courts, and then Cardi deleted it. Cardi deleted the interaction, but it's too late now. So I think Stephon Diggs, not I think, I know for a fact Stephon Diggs is not exactly happy right now. And he probably told her, could you please lay low at least till after the playoffs? And ever since that said, now I'm not saying it had anything to do with it, but ever since that situation, Stephon Diggs was balling out. Again, you can say it got nothing to do with it. You can say it's coincidence. Stephon Diggs was balling out. Ever since that incident, he's played like crap. 4 catches, no touchdowns. Ever since that incident, he's played like garbage. So maybe she's like, you know what? I'm just not saying nothing. I'll just take that information and use it to the best of my ability for any case that I got coming up with all set. Which she could take that and say, look, he's a gambler. He was caught. This girl said here that, and on top of that, he's spreading rumors about my daughter not liking Stephon. He's going around spreading rumors about me. That's the only thing I can think of why she hasn't responded back. I don't think it has nothing to do with Celena not being black. Everybody, Selena's black, she responded back. Nah, I don't think that got anything to do with it. I don't think that got anything to do with it. But I cannot say I'm not surprised, because I am. And the only reason why I'm not that I'm very surprised is because Celena brought up culture. First of all, nobody was talking about her children. Nobody. And for her to bring up, first of all, saying, that the kid's a bastard, she got a bunch of bastards, or the child's a bastard child. And saying Offset said this, and Offset said Culture never met Stephon Diggs, so she's got an issue with the baby. And she wondering where that baby came from, because she haven't seen her father and she never seen Stephon Diggs. So where's this new baby from? I thought Cardi B would have definitely said something like, first of all, don't be mentioning my kids. You don't know my kids. Don't be acting like Culture don't like the new baby. Like, bitch, who are you? You got some nerve. You got some nerve. I don't care what you got going on with Offset. Don't mention my kids. Because she always said, I adopt my kids. I don't play about my kids. She always says that. So that's the reason why I'm kind of surprised she didn't address it. When he posts a Christmas picture, he didn't post the kids with Cardi B. When who posts the Christmas pictures? Offset or Stephon Diggs? Yeah, you said she responded to it yesterday, but she said, I'm not going to say anything. I thought, right? Or did she finally say something? Carla, I thought she said, people want me to respond, but no, I'm not going to because I'm thankful. Oh, when he posted the kids, he didn't post Cardi B with the kids. Okay. Wild. And Celena exposed that she has a restraining order, and then wasn't a couple of months ago, Offset was trying to make she leaves me with the kids and she runs off with her boyfriend, or she was leaving the kids here and running off and got pregnant by this dude. Like, he was trying to make it seem like she left the kids with him. But funny thing is, I definitely thought she was going to respond to this, but she didn't. So we'll move on. Finally, let's talk about the QOR real quick. Because somebody said earlier she went radio silence. All right. So let me see if I still got this text message. And no, it's not from Nicki Minaj. But it's from my Nicki Connect. And I was just asking, what's up? You know, where's she at? Ever since the MAGA thing, who is this? Ever since the MAGA thing, she hasn't really said anything since. Right? Oh, shout out. Oh, shout out to Soul Raven. That is Justin Combs' beautiful girlfriend. She sent me a thank you DM. Oh, sent me a thank you DM for my tweet where I said about his children, why I defended his children. So shout out to Soul Raven with her find. So that's King Combs' girlfriend. Anyway, so I don't know if I want to save it for my members only. If I tell now, I won't have anything to put on members only video. I'll say this because I'm going to do a members only video in like a couple hours. She is really trying to promote this new album to this new fan base, right? So you're going to hear a couple of pop songs. I would not be shocked because I heard this was trying to happen. And she supported him one time before. Don't be shocked. And I'll go over the details in my members only video, but don't be shocked if she has a popular conservative artist on her album coming up. And on my members only, I'll drop the details. But we already know she's going to meet back up. There's plans for her to meet back up with Erica Kurt. Now, a lot of people was expecting a Candace Owens interview. Even Candace Owens was expecting a Nicki Minaj interview. She'd been always caping for Nicki Minaj. She was saying, I'll never have anything negative to say about Nicki Minaj and Rihanna. But the Candace Owens interview is now off the table for right now. I'll explain to my members only why it's off the table. But she's going to try her best to push this next album, high threes, and she figures she already knows what her fan base is going to give her, right? You're going to have to roughly figure her fan base is going to give her between 2 and 250. Right? Especially with the new rules. Now YouTube no longer counts for streams, so the streams are coming down. So you figure with her fan base, they can give between 2 and 250, 220 and 250. But if she adds on an extra fan base, extra people, and if you throw some artists on there that maybe some of these people listen to, well, then there you go. You can get those extra streams to push you up into the threes. That's what she's trying to do. And if it gets you more than that, so be it. But she definitely wants to beat her last album. And as far as the pardon and those and the deportation thing, I'll go over that on members only. Because that's not violent, but that is valuable information that I'm just not going to give out. Because a lot of y'all will go take it and give it to Ashley Tragedy or one of these other clowns. August with the piss water, Ashley Tragedy. Y'all go and give them my shit. And then they up there spitting in the mic like, oh yeah, this just in. Yeah, my source told me. Y'all ain't got no source. Y'all ain't got no source. Told y'all that before. Y'all are not celebrity insiders because you don't know those celebrities on the inside. So you're not a celebrity insider. You don't got no source. Only source y'all niggas got is the source you get from Chipotle or McDonald's. As my grandmother would say, McDonald's. Y'all ain't got no source. But you should start hearing from her. What's today's date? Hold on. Let me look at my thing. What's today's date? The 13th? She'll say something before. Hold on. I'll give you the exact date. Round about the 20th. Or before. So this time next week, you'll be done got another tweet, update, something. From what I hear. I don't think it'll be this weekend. Because that thing is going down. It's starting to subside. And I kind of think that's on purpose. I think that she's been kind of laying low with all of this MAGA stuff because of what's going on with the ICE people. And regardless of her sitting up there with Erica Kirk, I can tell you this much. She definitely, and I got this secondhand, she definitely does not agree with what is going on in the world with ICE. So, because she can't get out there and back up Trump, or as Cardi B says, Shump, because she can't get up there and back that up and ride for that, she's just not going to say anything. She will not, and you can mark my words. I'm going out on a limb. She will not co-sign what happened with ICE. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. She will not co-sign them shooting that woman in the face. I'm telling you that right now. So if you can't co-sign them, you kind of got to be quiet. But what he's trying to do is he's going to have her, he's going to want her to say something else, because he's trying to use for people saying, why would this and why? He's trying to use her to win these primary, these mids, these mid, what you call it? He has to win the midterms. Because if he don't win these midterms and the House gets flipped, he's a done deal. And he knows it. He's mentioned it. And Nicki Minaj is and for him, is the Candace Owens replacement. Because, Candace Owens has fallen out of the good graces of Donald Trump and MAGA. Right? Y'all know I always get to hear something a day or two ahead of time. So far, I've heard nothing. But soon, you're going to hear something. Oh, and I also on my members only, I'll mention about the Drake tweets, because a lot of people was asking me about that. Oh, it's Drake and Nicki, they're going to do a collab because Drake put the Barbie doll, and then he did the other Barbie doll with the Toucan Sam, which was the same color as Trinidad and Tobago's, and woo. I'll tell y'all about that too. Right? Well, if you want to support the channel, make sure you send me a Cash App, which is $Heaven Hollywood, or you can hit up the Super Chat and let YouTube take all my money. Shout out to Jocelyn, man, who sent me for New Year's. Jocelyn really be holding me down. Shout out to Jocelyn for sending me a Cash App over the New Year. She said, Happy New Year, boo. So shout out, man. So who told you that? I ain't telling you that. Who told you that? Why would I tell you that? If I tell you that, they ain't gonna tell me no more. I don't do that. But you can trust this. I don't ever say something that ain't legit. If I don't check it out and vet it, I don't open my mouth. The only time I reveal my sources is if it comes down to court. If it comes down to court and they say, oh, no, that is not true. What you said is not true. Who said that? I'm going to be like, so-and-so. I'm going to sue you for defamation. Who's your source? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, you best believe I'm going to give it up. I'm going to give your ass up then. If somebody tell me some information that ain't true, and they try to sue me for defamation, and they be like, you got to give up your source. I'll be like, that's easy. Tom Jackson, or whatever the hell your name is, that told me. So anybody that give me information, and we talk on the phone, I take information down and go check it out, and it seemed like it's legit, and then turn out not to be legit, and somebody talk about they're going to sue me for defamation, best believe I'm giving your ass up. Just let you know. I'm not one of the ones like, oh, no, I can't give up my source. Who? Oh, yeah, I can. If it come down to some suing me, I ain't giving nobody no money. I ain't giving none of these millionaires none of my money. You got to take that down. Okay, it's already down. What post? You better take that post down. What post? That shit been down. Down before you even said anything. See it. Now Celena Powell posting pictures. Where does broad get all this? Look at this. This is insane. How does this bitch get all this money? They said, oh, she's a millionaire. That's what DJ Academic said, she's a millionaire. How did she become a millionaire? She got OnlyFans? Let me see. Yeah, I guess she does. And she's doing a podcast now. Well, I tell you, y'all Negroes, y'all make anybody famous. Y'all make anybody famous. Y'all got this stock sitting up here living the life. Wow. She got stacks of money on her Instagram. And this ain't no fake money either. It's real money. It's real money. Crazy, man. But y'all can't support a nigga. I'm sure some of these people that done paid, I'm sure they done seen my show. They done seen me talk about send money for the movie, invest in the movie. If they could take some of this stuff, some movies they invested in her for just to see her on screen, because they probably not meeting up with her. Unbelievable. All right, y'all. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Thank y'all for joining me. Thank everybody for tuning in. Once again, the Cash App is $Heaven Hollywood, or the Super Chat. Maybe back live later on. If so, I'll drop a notification. Make sure y'all stop by the IE Network and check out all the videos. And make sure you add my other page, As a Black Man. That's the name of the other page, As a Black Man. It is not celebrity gossip. It is not celebrity news. We talk about straight other total different stuff over there. But it's still just as entertaining. So I'm going to start going live on that channel probably by the end of the month. But check out As a Black Man as well. And, of course, you can add my daughter's channel, which is Patience is a Virtue, where she does reaction videos to the 80s, and she does some other stuff, some tutorials for biracial children, and, this and that. All right. I'm going to check y'all out, man. I love y'all. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.